We've got news about Ultron's return. We've got news from Gamescom. We've also got some news about Ted Lasso and so much more. And before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know what comes up first.
Welcome to the Light, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back for another episode. As always, pull up your drink and let's get in for another full-on rant, which we are going to be talking about the latest news in pop culture, as always, and the biggest highlights so far from Gamescom, which I'm pleasantly surprised by some of the stuff that's come out there. And I'd also like to thank you very much from Ty from Who's Got the Next Game podcast, who's come up past on our YouTube chat. Everyone who's listening and watching, you need to go watch their and listen to their podcast. It is one of the best podcasts out there, and you need to go check it out. The link to their show will be on the bio. And also I say Brandon as well. Thanks for coming past on YouTube. Time and place is when we're doing our next episode. That's from the Game Junction podcast Brandon's from. So name and place, man. We've got to get that lined up. I know you're going to say that is long overdue, and that's partially on me. So I understand that, but same thing. Game Junction link will be in a bio as well. Definitely go check out both of these podcasts. That these guys are killing it, and it has been a pleasure to be a guest on both their podcasts. And I can't wait for the next time they're going to be on my show as well. These are great guys, and you should go check them out. But as I said, pull up your drink and let's have a solid rant. Now, last week we had Film versus Film podcast. We had Man who came on the show, and we reviewed Alien Romulus. Currently, right now, it's at $129 million at the global box office. It is making bank, especially on a budget of only $80 million. It is doing fantastic and is one of the best horror films so far this year. And I can tell you right now, it is absolutely killing it. Martin's always a great guest. That's the second time he's been on the show. He has a great podcast called Film versus Film. Definitely go check out his podcast as well. I've been a guest on his podcast a couple of times, and we're actually got a brand new episode that we are also working together on. Also, if you're looking for something a little bit more local, we've got Life After Fighting. We did a review of that film last week. That is an Australian film which has some of the most intense martial arts you'll ever see. I'm talking like John Wick, IP Man, right up there with the action. It is absolutely brutal. And it's about, I'd say 80%. 80% basically just fighting scenes and 20% plot. But then again, you don't go to these films for the plot. You're looking for these for the action, and you will get it with this film. Exactly right, Brennan. We've got plenty to talk about. And Ty, Ultimate Podcast Clash. Hey, I'm game for anything. I'm game for all you guys. And you know, I'll never say no. I'll never say no. Unless it's 3 o'clock in the morning, then you probably will get no from me. But any other time, I'm up for it. But look, with the news that's coming in the past week, with Gamescom at the same time, it's just, again, we're getting into that later half of the year. The final few movies are lining up. We're getting some brand new trailers. It's just, I can't believe that we're so close to the end of the year already, and only 3 weeks until I get married. 3 to 4 weeks until I get married, which is just scary to think about. The fact we've been playing this for over a year now, and here we are. You know, before you know it, we'll be doing a Christmas special like that. But I would say the biggest news that I saw today, which I was overly excited for, slightly curious at the same time, is apparently Ted Lasso season 4 has been confirmed. Now, Ted Lasso is the Apple TV show that stole a lot of people's hearts and did fantastically well. Now, we did get season 1, 2, and 3, which were written and had an outstanding cast. Season 3 ended so well. I'm really curious on how season 4 is going to be. But, you know, Ty, congratulations. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Don't worry, even the weekend of the wedding, I'll still be recording, even though I'm going away. Podcast comes first, always. But yeah, Ted Lasso ended season 3 so well. So when I saw this announced, I was a bit like, yes. And then at the same time, I was like, I don't, yeah. And then when I started thinking about it more and more, I was like, I don't know. Like, for everyone who's obviously watched the show, would you say this is a step too far or too much? Like, to me, I'm just excited to see the cast back and for another season. But at the same time, could we be getting at one of those situations where it's like, end it with 3, keep it at 3, we don't need any more than 3, or the next season, which we all know we can roll off 1,000 TV shows that we can think of where they've done one more season, and you're sitting there going, why? Why did they do another season? And usually it's the shittest one. But Ted Lasso fans, there's no release date. It's no. A few of the key cast members are returning, but no release date. So everything it's just confirmed now. We're probably looking end of 2020. I'd say beginning of 2025. This will be sorry. Even though it's just been confirmed, it's still far away until it's going to be very far away until we actually see this drop on Apple. And not to mention, this is the only TV show reason why I got Apple TV. There's nothing else on Apple TV I've thought of like, oh, I really can't wait to watch this. It's only been Ted Lasso, and that's it. For me, it's been Disney, Netflix, Stan, Paramount. It's funny actually I say Paramount because usually I don't be watching it, but I've actually started rewatching Dexter from the very start. I thought, you know what? because of the announcement about 3 weeks ago at Comic-Con about the revival and everything, I thought, you know what? I'm going to dive back into it because I never actually finished it. I got 4 seasons in a Dexter and I dropped off. And it's been on one of those bucket lists I have that was like, go back to this show from the start and rewatch it. But the funny thing is actually rewatching it now is because it came out in 2006. Everyone has flip phones. Everyone, all the texting and everything. I'm like, wow, this just looks old, and it's not actually that old, but just watching it, I'm like, huh, how old am I again? Oh, God. But, yeah, Ted Lasso fans are in for a treat. Now, this is no surprise to anyone. And if you are shocked about this, really, are you really shocked? Are you really shocked that the Acolyte TV show has been cancelled and will be not getting a season 2? You can't sit there and tell me, oh, I really, I wonder why. Like, it was such a good show. Like, it just, it beat expectations and it did so well. Give us a great connection. No. I will stop you right there. There is, out of 8 episodes, collectively only 2.5 episodes, but I'll push it to 3, is actually decent. This show is not on the same bar as Andor or Obi-Wan Kenobi. This will be a show that will fade away and will be one of the least spoken about TV shows on a good quality. On bad quality, it will be number 1. That is what it was going to be in majority of conversations. So when I saw the news announcement this was canceled, I was like, well, there you go. There you freaking go. There was no surprise in there. And and then when also looking at it going, not one bit, I was like, oh, damn, I really, there was so many left unanswered questions. Oh, wait. No, there wasn't. There wasn't really anything left over that you were like, oh, I really wanted to know what was going to happen next. Oh, I really wanted, nah, this is pretty much just and shuffle to the side, Skeleton Crew. That's what we're currently looking at right now. Now, me mentioning about Skeleton Crew, I'd like to say we've also updated our upcoming episodes of dates of when we're going to be reviewing The Penguin, The Joker, Gladiator 2, Agatha Harkness, and Skeleton Crew. But yeah, pretty much this is push to the side and let's focus on what's next. Now, I'm excited for Skeleton Crew because it's basically Lost in Space with kids in Star Wars universe, but it's also because it's set in the Mandoverse, which is another reason why I'm excited for it. But which is coming out on December the 3rd. Penguin is starting next month. Agatha's next month. But come on, I've seen the arguments for Acolyte. I've seen the arguments against, and after watching Andor, after watching Obi-Wan, after watching Ahsoka, this was just didn't hit that beat in that vibe. Conflicting writing, some terrible dialogue, and some questionable power of 1, the power of 2. I'm like, nah. And the twins is nah. But look, in saying that, the lightsaber action in episode 4, magnificent, fantastic, effing brutal, great. We haven't seen that in so long. They're that's great. But then either other side, it's literally a definition of a shit sandwich. It's shit, meat, shit. And so yeah. So anyone who's really clamoring for Acolyte, I'm sorry, it's gone, and let's focus on something that will be good, especially the fact that we are getting that Grogu and Mandalorian movie that's coming out next year, which I'm really excited for. Oh, sorry, next year? No, 2026 is coming, so I'm really excited for that. Also, Tony, the swordsman from that we last saw him in the Hawkeye TV show, there is rumor that he will be appearing in the Daredevil Born Again TV show that we're dropping in Feb. This wasn't a really casting. I was like, oh, wow, I really can't wait until this character returns. But he will be popping up in Daredevil. So I'm it makes more sense. As soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, this makes sense why he's popping up there because of Hawkeye and how that connects in with TV shows. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to play in Daredevil and how much he's going to be in Daredevil. That's the next question. But yeah, if you're really looking forward to Swordsman, don't worry, he's coming back. Who also is coming back is Ultron is on his way back to the MCU. And I'm not talking about the Disney Marvel cruise where he battles Ant-Man in some footage and also loses Ant-Man. I'm talking the actual proper Ultron that we have not seen in live action since Avengers Age of Ultron. James Spader is expected to return, and he will be appearing in Vision Quest. Now, the rumor is Vision Quest. Also, it could lead to Armor Wars, which I feel like Armor Wars is something that's been announced 6 or 7 years ago, and it's still up in the air. And saying that, we're still only getting Ironheart next year, which I'm pretty sure that finished filming like a year and a half ago or even longer. But I'm very excited to see Ultron return and come back into the MCU. He was such a big character, and he's one of those villains that has done in some incredible justice in the What If season 1. He was great in that. But it's one of those characters that out of all the villains that have appeared in Avengers films, people who have died, what such an impactful villain, and we never saw him again. Like, I know I didn't not saying like to the degree of like Loki or Thanos, but you've literally got one of the villains who's wiped out the Avengers single-handedly, and he only got one movie, and it's like that's it. So I'm really hoping that coming into Vision Quest, which again it feels like it's been a long time, also in the coming and the plot and everything, that he will be alright, that he will be justice, and he will just be as intense, as brutal, and the CGI is going to look as fantastic. Because, there's still lines. I still think Avengers Age of Ultron is one of the most pivotal movies in all of the MCU because of what happens in that movie, all the characters that come from that, the aftermath from that movie. Yeah, remember, if it wasn't for Avengers Infinity War would have been completely different if the events of Age of Ultron didn't happen, because Age of Ultron led to Civil War and so on and so forth, which I am not going to go down the MCU history timeline right in this episode. That's for another day. But Ultron fans, someone's coming back, and I'm very curious to know how he's going to come back, because the last time we saw Ultron was Vision wiped the last robot out, and that was it. So, good question. Also, I thought this was really good news. I do hope it's true. Apparently, Microsoft are looking in obtaining the licenses to bring to resell and port the Deadpool game and Marvel Ultimate Alliance for next-gen consoles. The Deadpool game, which has been absolutely getting some extra love because of Deadpool Wolverine, which is a fantastic game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is an epic game. And I do wish we got a third Marvel Ultimate Alliance, not the one on the Switch before someone corrects me. I mean, like a proper one in that timeline would have been sick. And not to mention Marvel Ultimate Alliance, a complete rebuild and remake of that game would just be freaking insane, especially now with all new characters and everything, would just be fantastic. And Marvel Ultimate Alliance is one of those games that you just remember growing up, being so excited, seeing the Fantastic Four, then Blade, then the Hulk, Magneto, Iron Man, all Ghost Rider, all together in this massive story. So Cyclops, Storm, Wolverine, so excited to see all that. So if this is true, that's going to be really sick. Because I haven't played the Deadpool game in so long, and I could definitely go to pick that up. Also, another game that could be coming back. Now, this could either be just a port, or this could be a Rockstar remaster that we, how we got the Gran Turismo Trilogy remaster that we got, or definitive edition, if you will. Apparently, it's reported that a gaming rating section in Taiwan has reported that they have rated an upcoming Bully game. So the rumor going right now is that it could be porting for PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Bully is one of those games on Rockstar's catalog that I feel like hasn't got much love, but it's iconic amongst video game fans. It's a game that I've completed and gone back, I think, about 3 or 4 times. Every time it's been ported to a next-gen consoles, I've bought it and I've played it again and again. And, there's obviously been rumors about Bully 2, that they were working on it. They haven't been working on it. It got canceled. There's leaked photos. And it's just one of those franchises well, gaming series, it doesn't make sense that, they've gone back and they've done Max Payne, and then, they've done Grand Theft Auto. It's just one of those that, like, what kind of, and they won't get back and they've done a sequel for Red Dead Redemption. I'm like, Bully is so overdue. I'm like, yes, trying to be politically correct in the Rockstar universe will be very difficult, but I think if you announced that Bully 2 was coming out, people would go nuts. But at the same time, right now, Rockstar is completely heavily invested with their $2.2 billion game, Grand Theft Auto 5, which will be coming out the end of next year, which is just so excited for, and I can't wait to step back in the Grand Theft Auto universe, especially just have that trailer and what's going to be happening, what they're working on, everything. But yeah, Bully fans, Bully could be making a comeback. Probably will just be another port, so don't get too excited, but I would love to know, are you going to go back and complete this game one more time? Are you going to be the bully? Are you going to egg everybody? And you're going to try and save the town from a very messed up kid? All right, so this is interesting. So I was like, yes, okay, you have my curiosity and you have my attention at the same time. So it is reported apparently Paul Rudd and Jack Black are in talks to star in an upcoming Anaconda film. So not Anaconda, I think 5 or 6, which it's up to now, but a meta Anaconda film where they go back to remake the 1999 or 1998 first film, and it goes horribly wrong. Which when I read that report, I was like, yeah, I'm in. Yeah, 100% in. Like Paul Rudd, Jack Black, and something like that. Sold. Take my ticket. Especially right now with Jack Black being in the Borderlands movie that is completely bombed at the box office. The reviews for it are bad. I haven't seen it yet, but I will go to watch it at one point, and I'll have to mission it. I know how I always say the video game curse has been lifted, but I don't think it's very good curse for this one. I think the Borderlands movie has just been bad from the start. Yeah, it's just, not good. However, but yes, so they're just in talks at the moment. So if this is greenlit, again, we're probably looking at a late 2025, 2026 film. Also, Last of Us fans, season 2 has officially wrapped up. We have no official release date at this stage. All it says is TBA 2025, which we did get from the Sizzle Reel a couple of weeks ago. I can't wait until we dive back into the Last of Us universe. And obviously, everyone who's played the game, we know what's going to happen. So some of us are going to be ready. Some of us aren't going to be ready. Some of us are going to cry. They're going to complain. I just can't wait to see, for all the fresh people who haven't played the game, to watch this season, especially that scene that we know we're talking about, and seeing how the internet's going to react to that, or how people who haven't played the game is going to react to it, because I can't wait to see what's going to happen there. But season 2 is officially finished filming. The rumor is the Last of Us 2 game has been broken up into season 2 and will be broken up into a season 2 and season 3. That is the rumor going at the moment, especially right now with season 2 is officially wrapped filming. Patrick Pascal has to get his ass, which he already is, over at London, because he's currently shooting the brand new Fantastic Four film. And I'm pretty sure when he's finished that, he's going to go and do the press tour for Gladiator. And when he's finished that, he's going to go start filming the Mando movie. He's a very busy man. But not long now. All right. So let's talk about Gamescom. Now, that's currently going on right now. So we are going to talk about the biggest highlights that we have seen so far and the surprises, which the biggest surprise for me, which I was jumping up and down for, that was like, yes, I'm like, oh, just, okay, good. I'm glad. So we got the announcement, we got the trailer early this year for the brand new upcoming Indiana Jones film and the Great Circle. Now, initially, this was an Xbox exclusive, thumbs down. And then I think it was the Xbox event. I can't remember the name. It escapes me. And there was all the rumors that a couple Xbox exclusive games were going to come on PlayStation, which everyone rumored a bit indie was going to be this game, which they said, no, it's not. I was a bit bummed out, but we did get Sea of Thieves, which in saying that, I haven't rebought that game yet because I haven't got $80 to burn and buy the game again. But it is confirmed that Indiana Jones The Great Circle will be also coming onto PlayStation 5 in spring 2025. So Indiana Jones will be dropping on Xbox and PC at the end of this year on December the 9th. We got a brand new trailer. It looks fantastic. I can't wait to dive into this. They've also confirmed that this will take place between Indiana Jones and the Raiders Lost Ark and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So it's going to fit in between that timeline. It looks fantastic. I'm just so excited the fact that this is coming on PlayStation 5. And you're probably going to mention to me saying, oh, why don't you just buy an Xbox? I'm happy just to wait until it comes out and pay $100 for this instead of paying $800 for an Xbox. Because besides this game, nothing's really, because of Sea of Thieves now as we go to PlayStation, I haven't been really excited for any other Xbox exclusive games yet. So, but indie fans, I'm excited for this. I'll be definitely picking this up because this looks fantastic. Also, another game that looks fantastic, plays fantastic, and has some of the most stunning animation detail ever, and every Marvel character looks fantastic, is Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals will be coming onto PlayStation in December this year. They dropped a brand new trailer where you see Winter Soldier and Captain America versing each other, and it looks good. Yes, it's obviously, it's similar to like Overwatch, but which is, I don't mind. That's totally fine. But just the animation, all the characters' abilities, I'm like, take my money. I don't know how much more money I can give you. I take my money. But yeah, before anyone asks, this is just online. There's no, obviously, that I don't believe they're going to do a physical release for this at all, which is kind of disappointing because I would love to see like what the box set or the collector's edition of this game would be, especially with the animation style. But Marvel Rivals is coming out December this year, and I will be picking that up indefinitely. Also, we're getting a brand new Mafia game. So the last Mafia game we got was Mafia 3, which was fantastic. And then they released the definitive versions of the Mafia trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. Which, again, I went back and played 2 and 3 because I remember playing 2 when I was a lot younger. And I went back and played 3. So Mafia Old Country is coming in 2025. And it will be based in the 1900s, Yeah. I'm really excited for this because Mafia games are always unique in what they do and the storytelling. And so when I saw the fact that this was got announced, I was like, oh, sweet. Actually, there's probably a lot of things, again, I'm going to take my money for. But I'm really excited for a brand new Mafia game. Do I wish that someone would go back and release the Godfather games 1, 2, able to port or do a remake of those? Yes, please, because I love that Mafia dynamic that you got in that, especially the action. But this is coming. So Mafia fans, get excited for it. I always like to say hello to Mr. Mark My Words. Let's go. Which this man has had an absolute killing on his Black Myth video that he posted the other day, which I'm pretty sure has hit about 2.5k views. Black Myth has made an absolute killing. It has sold 10 million copies in 3 days, and it's currently the highest played single game on Steam ever. And that's just, it's insane. And I did love this. I saw a post today that was like, when a studio makes a game, with a single intention and doesn't try to please everybody. Another game where they do try to be politically correct and also try to please everybody, and that game completely fails, and that studio goes under, and then you got this game. And this game, I haven't played it yet, but everything about it looks like incredible. But I know Mr. Mark My Words will have a different story for you because this man played about 10 hours and he has very strong opinions on this. So definitely go check out his video on that. For game of the year, Was it spot on? The only game to challenge it will be Space Marine 40K. 100%. That is my ticket. Same ticket. It's either going to be this or Space Marine that's been game of the year. Nothing else really. No, nothing else really. I could say you look and go, yeah, that's game of the year. Not like last year, I feel like there was a bit more competition. But right now, I was like, this would have to be the two. Which again, Space Marine 40K looks insane and looks like a pure bloodbath. And I'm like, yes, this looks insane. If you haven't watched the trailer for it, definitely go check it out. But yeah, Black Myth is just god damn. We're talking across. Of course, Astro Boy, of course, or Funko Fusion. Yes, you can put those up for the contenders. But like again, with how many awards there are in the gaming awards, they'll still probably win something. Not game of the year, but they'll still win something altogether. But it's just just if you have played the game, let me know what you think of it, because it's just ranking up the money, it's ranking the views. Actually, I was almost going to say Helldivers this year as another game of the year contender, because I don't think it will be game of the year, but the whole thing with Helldivers and its absolute rise, fall, can be studied for a long time, for a few years. Something that blew up ridiculously, made a shit ton of money, and became a culture phenomenon, but at the same time is also struggling and everything. Mark my words. Yeah, actually, it might, but it will get the best. Will it get best running game? I think Helldivers will be one of those games that will rank in at least, I'd say, 2 to 3 awards this year. For the Game Awards next year. I think it will take home a couple. But yeah, the last few reports I've seen on Helldivers have not been very positive at all, and I can understand why. It's one of those games that blew up so quickly, and then the studio's just trying to catch up, and then it just went, it's just gone up and down with it and so far. But again, if we're looking at big impact games for 2024, it'd be Black Myth and Helldivers right now. But yeah, Mafia, back to that, Mafia Old Country coming out next year. Also, this Secret Level, which is dropping on Amazon Prime in December. This is an anthology episode TV show that is based on multiple different games in different situations. It's episodes that are basically one long cutscene that we're getting. We're getting God of War, Warhammer, and there's like 4 other Witcher, Ghost of Tsushima. I'm thinking it's going to be, Mr. Mark my words. So yeah, I don't fully understand this, but I'm locked in. Same here. I'm fully locked in. It looks like something like maybe Star Wars Visions, kind of like it would just be 10 episodes based on iconic games, like Pac-Man's in it, different situations, and and different art styles and how good it looks. And the trailer that we got looks crisp, and I'm like one of those things where I don't fully understand what I'm watching, but I'm in. I'm fully in. You don't have to convince me anymore. We will definitely be reviewing this. We'll definitely be covering this when it comes out later this year. But the trailer that we got is just pure excitement. Like Marvel, what if maybe they'll come together at the end? Hey, that would you're joking, but like you gotta admit that'd be pretty freaking cool. If like at the end, all these characters came together, like we're talking like a Ready Player One situation. I'm in. Like that would still be pretty cool. I know some people will be like, "Oh, it's a bit shitty. Like, they're just kind of copying what if." I'm like, "Yeah, but at the same time, you're gonna enjoy this as much as me." But you never know. You never know. May appear but there is I think it's about 12 games, 10 or 12 games that's fully listed on this, and this looks insane. And I'm like, yeah, December is looking pretty packed right now. Okay, this is a game for all my city building friends and all roller coaster fans, and not something I ever saw on paper that I was like, you know what would be really good? Do you like Roller Coaster Tycoon? Yes. Do you like Mars Attacks? Yeah. What if we put them together and we call it Mars Attracts? And it will be a game where you basically do a massive theme park on the moon and you abduct humans. I'm like, yeah. All right. Say no more. Print it. Money. That's indeed what's coming out next year. This is definitely not something I was like, I've always wanted this, but just watching the trailer, I'm like, this is just going to be weird and funky all at the same time, being in the, your kind of game. Yeah, it is. It is. 100% it's my kind of game. Mr. Mark my words, I will definitely be picking this up. This is just not something I would look at paper and go, yeah, you know what? You should put those two together. Like, do Mars Attacks, Tim Burton film, and then put Roller Coaster Tycoon. Which I'm saying that I feel like Roller Coaster Tycoon is one of those games that needs to be brought back from the dead. Same with SimCity. Like, come on, let's actually see Skylines if that ever drops on PlayStation 5. But yeah, it was just, I just saw the trailer for it. I was like, okay, cool. Why the fuck not? that's literally the tagline. Also, we got a brand new Dying Light that's currently in the works called Dying Light the Beast. Details on it is very limited, and we don't have a release date right now. However, from the trailer, from the poster, this looks good. If it's got no release date, we're looking at 2020, end of 2025. I'd say more 2026. Where that's probably where we're looking for this. I'd say other end. Where is Dean? He hasn't spoken about this. I know. One of our mates, Dean, he loves Dying Light. It's one of those games he's picked up and just divulged so many hours to. I'm pretty sure. I think it's probably one of his most played games on his PlayStation account. Which when you can look at the hours, I'm pretty sure it's like right up there. But yeah, Dying Light, the Beast. But with being a TBA. Yeah, I'd say this is like early 2026. So again, one of those things that you do get excited for, but at the same time, you just quell your expectations. Like, I'll wait, or remind me when it gets closer to actually release date, and that's fair, and I understand that. But Dying Light the Beast. Also, Borderlands 4 got the Mr. Mark my words, got the original Dying Light character. Apparently, he's been infected. Ooh. Actually, yeah, that's right. It is too. Oh, yeah. I'm like, how it's going to work. Like, that was mentioned, God, when did Dying Light 2 come out? That feels like Dying Light 2 came out ages ago. I'm pretty sure it's been ages. And I'm sure it's going to be a better horde game than what, now I can't remember the name of that either. Oh, the other zombie horde game that came out this year, it was horrible. It's been developed in hell. Not Left 4 Dead. Oh, maybe Left 4 Dead? Nah, something like that. Mr. Mark my words, Borderlands could be the game of the year if the fan base gets behind it. Now, I think they could too, but at the same time, I feel like this is a game that I wouldn't say this is like trying to fix damage or damage control, but I feel really sorry for Gearbox, the fact that they've announced this game when the fact that Borderlands movie is currently in cinemas and it's absolutely panned and it's getting shat on and the reviews are bad because it is bad. But this is just, I don't know, this wasn't something I was expecting, but at the same time, I feel like this is something they did have to announce, be like, hey, that movie's right there. Look away. Look at here. We have a new game coming. Just look over here. Just look over here. Don't look at the movie. Like that's it. Dude, I'm excited to return of Backyard Baseball. Yeah, Backyard Baseball. Actually, was there a poster for that? I think there was a poster for that too. There was, these are just the biggest highlights. Like there was a few extra ones that I was like, hey, that's pretty good. And a couple other ones where I was like, I didn't like. Again, I like looked at it and gone, I have no idea what this is, but you have my curiosity. But yeah, Borderlands, we're currently looking at 2025 as well. So not to TBA, but we will be getting that next year. We also got the trailer for the Batman Arkham Shadow. Now, this is, I don't understand. I don't understand this at all. I really don't. Like, we got Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, Arkham Origins, and then we get this, which is a sequel to Arkham Origins before Arkham Asylum, and it's VR. Like, why is it VR? I don't get it. I'm like, who goes like, hey, do you want to make another Batman Arkham game? Sure. You know, Arkham series is really popular. Oh, I know. There's a massive fan base for it. Sure. Let's go satisfy the smallest niche of people for a Batman Arkham game. Because, you know, people are really clamoring for, people really want a Batman Arkham game in VR, which we already got like 4 or 5 years ago. Yes, that was really short, but still, I'm like, I don't understand why this is VR. The trailer looks good-ish, but it's not going to make me go, I'm going to buy a VR headset for this game. I know, like, this comes out, again, same with, this comes out, Gotham Knights, and you look at both these games, and you go, well, excuse me while I go play Arkham Knight for the 20th time, because this game is still fantastic, still looks good, and, you know, we're still getting new skins to the game because it's still being maintained. But that's why I don't understand. I'm like, why? I don't get why this is on VR. Like you'd get bigger fan base if this was released normally, like a proper game. Like people like Arkham Origins. Like it wasn't Kevin Conroy, but it still had some great elements in the game. If you brought a sequel, sure, but this is gonna come out and disappear quicker than you can say, Nightwing. That's just how quick it's going to be. And I've seen all the comments. It's like, why is it in VR? No one's asked for another Batman game in VR. And this isn't going to make me want to go buy one. And I don't think we're the only ones. I'm sure the reviews for it, I'm calling it now, are going to be shit for this. Or going to be mediocre at best. I can already see it on IGN. It's going to be a 4. That's it. And it's just going to pop out and go like that. And done. So, but I don't know if you feel the ranting on this. This is probably my biggest of what the fuck and why and who asked from me. This is just, I don't get it. But yeah, look, this is coming out in October and it'll be gone in October. That's just how quick this is going to be. Let's talk about a game that people do want and actually looks really good is Dune Awakening. Now, this is literally a mix. Gameplay style looks like a mix from Mad Max as well as city building elements in it. Well, crafting elements in it, and it looks good. It's set in the Dune universe, and the trailer looks fantastic. I'm all up to return to Arrakis. I can't wait to see more memes from this. But yeah, this actually looks decent. And again, after watching Dune 1 or 2, and I can't say I was really like, I really can't wait for a game in the Dune universe. But this looks really good. I just hope the fact it's just not going to, Mr. Mark, my words, you literally beat me by 2 seconds. I was like, I have a terrible feeling that it's going to flop hard if they don't nail it right. If they don't nail it right, as good as it looks, there's only so much you could polish a turd. And, as we've experienced, like, look at Alien Colonel Marines. Trailer looks good. Gameplay looks good. You go play the game, it's awful. And it looks nothing like it. So, but this is, the comments I've seen for it have been, people have been positive for it, but other people have been a little bit hesitant to it. But yeah, I can tell you right now, I won't be picking it up because it's not my type of game. But at the same time, the Mad Max game that did come out a few years ago, that was really good. That was literally survival with the combat of Batman Arkham. And that was fantastic. But yeah, Dune Awakening. I was like, it's going to be interesting when it finally drops, but that is on its way as well. Yeah, bit of M&O, bit of a little mix and match. I'd say, Mr. Mark My Words and Ty, with you guys both watching us on YouTube, which things we haven't passed. Everything you've seen with Gamescom so far, what has been the most exciting thing that you've been excited to see or watch on what's been announced? Same thing with everyone who's listening and watching as well. Definitely comment and let me know what you're excited for. Like, is it Indiana Jones? Is it Batman? Are you, strangely enough, excited for Batman Arkham? Batman Arkham Shadow. Mr. Mark My Words, it's literally a desert world where there's exploration vector. Cultures, spice. There's a lot of spice that you can get in on Arrakis. Not to mention a lot of mirages. Pretty sure you probably could find the Cave of Wonders and find the lamp and find the diamond in the rough and get your 3 wishes from a blue genie. That's probably what you could find on Arrakis too. Or, giant people in giant black goo is probably another thing that you could find. That's probably another thing you could find on it as well. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, it's not one of those games I was like, whoa. I was like, it looks good. Interesting combination. But whether or not it's actually going to bring in the dosh is a little bit different, whether or not it's going to bring in. But, yeah, the Gamescom, probably for me, I'd say Mars Attacks really caught my attention. But the Indiana Jones game coming out on PlayStation, I'm excited for. That's probably the second my biggest thing. Ultron returning back to the Marvel Universe. That's what I'm excited for as well. And look, those are the biggest highlights from Gamescom so far. Definitely let me know again. Definitely let me know in the comments. What games you're most looking forward to. What do you want to see? Or are you excited to see Bully come back potentially? Let me know what you think. I also like to thank very much to everyone who's come past for the stream, everybody, and as always, until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Light, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.